Hello, my friends, family, esteemed colleagues. Another question came to us to explain a little bit more about the bleeding problems. Why do some people have problems with, for example, hemorrhoids? Well, talking about this, we can also put into the same discussion why do some people extensively bleed through nose? Why do some people bleed through lungs and they cough out blood? Okay, we labeled different diseases. So, you notice bright red blood in your toilet bowl after you have your stool. And if it's bright red, it's most likely hemorrhoid. Now, why is hemorrhoid bleeding? We say, oh, hemorrhoids, you have hemorrhoids. Well, everybody has hemorrhoids, but not everybody bleeds through them. Okay, everybody has nose, and not everybody bleeds through the nose. We breathe, we can have a cough. Not everybody will have blood in a cough, or even, you can vomit and have some blood in a vomit. So what is this thing about bleeding? Well, I always remind that disease don't exist. It is all about level of toxicity and the body's reaction to it that causes symptoms. And bleeding is one of them. When blood is very toxic, or in general, body is designed to cleanse the blood and has three organs to do it: the kidneys, mucosal tissue, and which is the inner skin, and outer skin, our skin. And it will cleanse blood through these organs. But sometimes toxicity is very high, and if certain organ becomes more toxic, it is going to try to eliminate these toxins the easiest possible way. Now, women are already designed to eliminate the toxic elements from the body every month. We call it menstruation. Why women do this? Because uterus actually has to form additional layers getting ready for procreation. And if the cell did not get initiated, if the sperm didn't go there, then the maintenance has to be done. And the extra tissue is basically removed, and then new extra tissue starts growing, because this is a very sensitive area that has to be always maintained. And since we are talking about a higher level of elimination in this particular space, woman is designed to eliminate it through blood. But at the same time, woman is not only maintaining uterus, it is maintaining the whole, every organ that is involved in reproduction process, which also will be her breast. But she will not bleed through the breast because it's not practical, and it's not that much of a toxicity because there's not that much happening in the breast as it is in uterus, so it can be cleared out through blood. But in general, blood will become more toxic right before menstruation. And depending how toxic will become the blood, and in this case not only from organs that are involved in the cycle, but in general toxicity, if it's added to it, well, the woman will then bleed longer, or it will bleed stronger. It will release more blood because it is going to find, the body finds this opportunity to get rid of toxic blood and rebuild it with a fresh blood, diluting overall toxicity. And I explained that this is why women generally live longer and they don't have such big problems even in flu season. They always make fun, oh, baby man, they're in the sick, and woman has to serve him because he is so sick, and woman, what, we are not that sick. Well, normally, when women stop menstrual cycles, and blood continues to get toxic, then all of a sudden, they start yapping, oh, I've these problems, I'm in menopause and that. Well, that's how men feel all the time because they don't have the opportunity to get rid of the freaking toxic blood. Okay, and they don't cleanse because we are being told to keep away from salt. So they cannot replenish the lost liquid, so they don't urinate as much as they should to eliminate the stuff. They don't defecate with as much, or with releasing toxin through mucosal tissue, because this involves blood plasma, because everything that you urinate, every moisture that you defecate, every moisture that you sweat is coming from your blood plasma. You are basically eliminating, reducing your blood plasma, which you are not rebuilding because you have been told that you cannot eat salt, you cannot have salt. And you need liquid. Yeah, you need liquid, have a tea, but tea is a toxic that you have to again flush out, which you lose more plasma, you are dehydrating yourself more. So we are being fed with the science through this medicine, and not realizing that we are preventing our body to cleanse itself, to maintain itself. So when it has opportunity, it will do it. And if the toxicity becomes, affects more mucosal tissue in the head, frequent colds, then the mucosal tissue also becomes inflamed, and it will start finding opportunities because it's a very, very fine layer of mucosal tissue in the head, in the sinuses, the nose area, that can easily bleed. And very often, body finds the solution. Well, through nosebleed, it is going to cleanse the blood. You will seldom find women in childbearing age having nosebleeds. But men, yes, because the body finds here opportunity to get rid of the blood. Now we are told, no, put your head back and close it, stop the bleeding. Well, this is not really a good thing to do. You should actually lean forward and let it bleed. Just lose the blood, because you're not going to bleed to death. And more blood you eliminate, the better for you, because your body is going to rebuild the blood slow, because you are not hydrated enough, but it will replenish it and dilute the overall toxicity of your blood. Now, similar thing is happening when we are talking about hemorrhoids. Because what are hemorrhoids? Everybody has them. Hemorrhoids are like little pouches made out of blood vessel, which are full of blood, and they are like bags. When muscle sphincter closes, anus, then to make sure that liquids or gas doesn't leak out, these pouches, they make airtight closing. So they help to completely close the fitting. So you can have liquid in your colon, it's not going to go out. It is trapped because the pouches basically go one into another and they make a seal. So everybody has hemorrhoids, but in some people, these hemorrhoids start increasing in size, and we have two different sets. We have the inner and outer hemorrhoids, and they may start increasing in size. Now, why would they increase in size? Well, the same thing. Why, for example, in the skin gets thicker and harder when it is toxic, and I explain in videos, in my articles, why is that happening. And when you have a pyometra, when you have endometritis or metritis, what is happening is that you get additional layers. Why? Because when you are toxic, more toxic you are, more layers you are going to get, and they will inflame. And you may even have prolapse. Okay? And it's all because of toxicity, toxic blood, that creates the necessity of cells to resolve the situation, and sometimes creating additional clean layer above the dirty layers. It is way to go, which then makes the whole uterus thicker, the lining of uterus thicker, and it can lead to prolapse. When this happens with hemorrhoids, well, it's exactly the same thing, but now affecting blood vessels of your anus, the hemorrhoids. So they increase in size, and they can actually, especially the outer ones, they can make the whole growth in your anus. Okay? Now, of course, there is more blood in there, and this is very vulnerable tissue. So if you have a hard stool, it can scratch it, and you bleed easily. And when you bleed, again, body finds opportunity to release this toxic blood, because you will not have them large and creating any problems if the blood would not be toxic. Toxic blood is going, more blood is sitting there, which means more toxins are sitting there, affecting the tissue, affecting the blood vessel, the hemorrhoid, and it thickens up and it starts increasing in size and create problems. It could become painful and it could bleed. And when it bleeds, it will sometimes bleed a lot, because another opportunity to get rid of dirty blood. So body dilutes overall toxicity of its blood by creating fresh blood and getting the old blood out. In the past, it was a common practice bleeding people. When you are sick, almost doesn't matter what disease. Bleed, get pint out, get blood out, and the individual will feel better because less toxicity if plasma is provided. Within a couple days, you already have rebuilt all the blood. So it's not a big deal. You don't need transfusions. You just need plasma. Body does the rest. Whenever you receive blood from somebody else, you are receiving toxic blood. Don't do that stuff. All you need is plasma. You will survive. You may not be very energetic in the beginning, but within 72 hours, you are going to have all the blood replenished if you give body plasma. Body rebuilds and rebuilds clean. So we should not be in a fear of bleeding. We say, well, maybe you have tuberculosis, you are coughing blood. Well, but why are you coughing blood? Because of bacteria? No. Same reason why you are bleeding through nose, same things why you are bleeding through ulcers, same things why you are bleeding when when something is itching you. Why is itching you? Because it's inflamed. Why is it inflamed? Because of toxicity. you are scratching, you break the skin, you start bleeding, or you are getting this lymph out, which we call plasma, because you are getting toxins out. And after that, it stops itching because toxins are out. Okay, so we just have to understand how the body works and not create million diseases. It's the same reaction happening in different parts of the body for this exactly same purpose, to deal with exactly same problem. So, simplify. Understand. But you cannot simplify if you don't understand. Doctors understand Jack. You know what? Because we are being told the wrong stuff. We are indoctrinated into harming people, not to help them. And this is why we create chronic diseases and we proud ourselves, oh, we got rid of their pain. Yeah, you camouflage it with medicinal stuff, but toxicity is still there, is improving under doctor's care, improving, increasing. And things only can get worse, it can never get better. Because everything we do is contrary to what we should actually be doing. And this is all because of indoctrination, because who is in charge of our health? The same people that wants us dead. Cabal. You gotta understand this. So, what to do if you have problem with hemorrhoids? Self-healers protocol. Start eating correctly so you are not poisoning yourself, and provide body with plasma so it can heal itself, and it is going to cleanse. And if you are very toxic and blood is very toxic and you already have your body is already using your hemorrhoid to eliminate toxic blood, it is going to continue doing it while you are cleansing at the beginning until toxicity of the blood drops, and then it will stop bleeding, and then it will take some time before it is going to start shrinking into its normal size, because this is now healing process. Again, only body can do it. There is no medicinal remedy. There is no medicine that is going to do the job. We can help it. We can help it with our mind, manifestation, because ultimately everything is manifestation. And with a new technology that is frequency-based, that can alter the frequency and you heal instantly. This is coming. It's already existing. It was already existing in Atlantis, but everything is gone from there. We are now trying to resuscitate the old knowledge and understanding. So, if you frequently bleed through nose, if you have a problem with bleeding of your hemorrhoids, if you are coughing blood when you are coughing, if you vomit blood because we say ulcer broke, it is all body is trying to get rid of toxins. And no medicine is going to help you here. Your medicine is seawater. Diluted seawater is the medicine. And it's free of charge for everyone. But if you cannot get to seawater, use sea salt. Don't use salt from land, rock salt, because it's lacking magnesium and other elements. The best is sea salt, because through currents it mixes and has all the salts and all the minerals in there. And again, don't worry about these microplastics, don't worry about these heavy metals in there. This is all, we are again being influenced to be afraid of something that is medicine. They tell us, don't eat salt, you're going to die. Well, now you are waking up. Oh, okay, salt is good. I actually feel better. So now they are scaring you with other stuff, just not for you not to take the salt. Even if there is a microplastic in there. And if it's there, there is way bigger problem with the micro rubber mist in town, in the cities, on near highways, that we are inhaling tons of this rubber. But don't worry about it. Body takes everything out if you provide it with plasma. It takes heavy metals out, provided with plasma. Don't focus. We are just parrots. We keep repeating stuff without thinking. And we try to be relevant. So we try to give our 5 cents to everything. And we stick to something and we keep promoting and repeating and take it out and then improving on it with adding something else we have heard just to be more relevant. It's not about this. It's about health and waking up. Use the Google. Don't just repeat. Don't stick to one guru. Take from everywhere what you find relevant and let things enter your brain so your brain has enough material to use to calculate. If you stick to certain information, you will never ever be able to get to any truth because the information, no matter how good it is never 100% true in from every aspect you look at it. You need to be exposed to everything. So you have more information your brain can use to calculate. And again, if you are bleeding, remember you are toxic. Hydrate, cleanse, and you will see bleedings will stop. And tissue will repair itself. Well, there is nothing really much more I think I need to say about it because it is so obvious once when you start actually thinking. My dear friend, my ayahuasquera, Christine, she's shaman, and when we were out in a mountain doing some meditation and our job, then she started bleeding through rectum. When, like menstruation, went down her leg, she got very afraid. And I told her, don't worry about it. It's hemorrhoid, probably the outer hemorrhoid just burst. You are toxic. Now people say, oh, Darko, you look terrible. Yeah, she looks worse than I do because we are doing very demanding job. And it is very demanding because many other people are not doing what they are supposed to do. So somebody has to take care of this stuff. And this is why also she had this problem. And she just drank some water with salt. And next day, she had a coagulated chunk of blood came out of her, and that was it with bleeding. Body just found the outlet where it can shoot out some blood. So she eliminated, cleansed a little bit the area that was affected the most, and everything is okay. She felt much better afterwards, energetically and mentally. So it's all for greater good. Don't panic. And don't ask doctor to help you with this because they know diddly squat. They know only how to harm you. I'm sorry, my colleagues, but this is the fact. Wake up. Gotta know the truth. So, if you are lost, if you don't know what to do, and you are bleeding, there's nothing you have to do. Just drink plasma to replenish the plasma you are losing, the blood. Body will reproduce elements, blood cells that it was lost. Within 72 hours, 71 hours, it's going to be all replaced. And the plasma you drink will give the value. You'll be perfectly okay. And with cleaner blood, feeling better, sleeping better, all is good. Well, I think, did I make myself some notes? Yeah, I don't think that nothing else has to be said about this. And again, if something is not clear, let me know. Maybe I can explain that a little better. Thank you for being here. God bless us all. We are on a very important journey, which is culminating now. Don't be afraid. Everything is going to be fine. Love you. Namaste.